Hey guys, so today we are answering a subscriber question, and the question in question was, Frederick, why are there more than one programming language? So let's get into it. Well, the basic question here is why do we have different programming languages? And it's actually it's kind of interesting because I was watching a very good tech talk the other day about this concept where one of the, it wasn't especially about this, but it was just a kind of look back at all the different programming paradigms and the different languages that have inspired things that as they stand today. The presenter in question made a point of saying that there is a difference between saying that you know multiple programming languages as opposed to saying that you know several dialects of the same programming language. And I thought that was a very interesting point to make, because you could argue that, say, if you know, as an example, if you know Java, that is one programming language, absolutely. But if you then claim that you know two programming languages by saying that you know something like C#, then the argument of this person is basically, no, you don't really know another programming language, but you know another dialect of the same programming language, because the similarities between these two, like all of the patterns and all of the ways of working, the structure, if you will, is so similar that it's like it's almost a very fair, it's very closely tied together, it's very similar. It's like speaking a language. Like for me, Swedish and, if you didn't know that, Swedish and Norwegian, as an example, are two languages that are so similar that I can understand a person from Norway by just having them speak Norwegian to me, and they can understand me by just speaking Swedish to them. And then he made the point, but if you compare something, say, like Java to Haskell, then you truly know two different programming languages, because Haskell and Java are designed in very, very different ways, and they're trying to approach this basically programming from different angles and trying to provide you a set of tools that help you solve a different range of problems. And that's pretty much the whole reason right there. Why we have multiple programming languages comes down to a combination of innovative people who had at some point a reason behind solving a given problem in a given way, and they simply sat down and designed a language in order to help them do that sort of thing. It can be anything. I mean, it doesn't just have to be physical limitations, where you have people who have designed languages just that run on different hardware, or you have people who have created languages such as Java that solves the inconvenience of memory management, things of this nature. You have also people like who invented, say, Lisp, where like mental tools or the way of thinking about programming was the focus. If you look at Ruby, the approach was to design a very clear and syntactic, I'm not saying beautiful programming language, but in many ways that was one of the main benefits to this language. So that's pretty much it. It's a similar, I suppose I could say that it's very similar to why we have different cars or different ways of transportation. Sometimes, depending on your needs, you need a bus, or you need a motorcycle or a bike or a car or whichever. With programming languages, it's a very similar thing. And then, of course, we also have to remember that there's quite a lot of people out there who design very similar programming language for, well, no programming language is exactly the same. There are always some nuance to one versus the other. As I said, as an example was C# versus Java. I think that that's where one of the examples where the differences are so subtle that, if you don't really care which one you use, it doesn't matter all that much. You really have to understand your use case in order to see a clear benefit to one or over the other. Whereas PHP versus C++ have very, very clear differences and very clear use cases, and were designed for very, very different things. So picking one over the other is it's a fairly simple decision to make. So what I want you to take away from this is that the reason why we have multiple programming languages is because each of them are designed to solve a different sort of problem. It can be a mental problem, helping you like think in a different way. It can also be a physical limitation of something. It was designed to do one specific thing, or it was designed to do, you know, some other thing, like PHP versus C++ is an example, web versus system levels programming. And then you have people who design programming languages for everything, even for just things as like creating a beautiful language, like just creating something that feels accessible and easy to adopt for a beginner. Python would be an example of that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Have a great day.